Eddie, when we spoke pre-match, you said ideally a performance and a result. How did that stack up for you overall?
Yeah, pretty good. I thought a strong performance from the players. I think a big response after the Arsenal ending. You know, I think to pick ourselves up so quickly and refocus on this game, which we knew would be difficult, was a real credit to the group. And strong start. I was pleased with how we played all through the game, really.
And just that relentlessness, even at 4-0 up, they were still pushing for the fifth goal. It wasn't just a nice team performance, it was good individual performances too.
Yeah, I think there's some really good performances from the lads. I thought our mentality was strong today. I thought we were looking to score all the way through, which is us at our best. I thought we were really good off the ball, especially in the first half. We didn't allow their crowd to come into the game really in any moment, and scored some goals which we needed. I think that feeling of scoring, whether it be penalties or whatever, the lads need to feel confidence in that area of our game, and it's good to see it back.
Who's claiming that first goal in the dressing room, Tonali or Woltemade?
Both, actually. I actually had a quick chat with them before I came out. I think they're both staking a claim, so I've got no idea whose goal it is.
A first Champions League goal for either of them, but you know, Anthony Gordon as well, he's your new penalty taker. He got a couple today. Not just about his composure, but overall he's just such a live wire for you, isn't he?
Well, he was today, and I thought he played particularly well. I thought he was, aggressive 1v1. He was very positive in his approach. I thought he defended really well because he had a job to do as well off the ball. But yeah, I thought he looked a real goal threat and a creative spark for us. And it's good to see him with the two penalties. I thought he was really composed because they were big moments in the game.
Does it feel significant, this win, not just in the context of the away form, but just in getting up and running in this Champions League?
Yeah, it's hugely important today because the quality of the games is so high that if you leave yourself too far to go, we're gonna find it very difficult. So today, away game, huge result for us, and now we can take that back into our next game in the Champions League. But I think more importantly than that, it was another clean sheet. It was 4 goals, and hopefully that will help us in the Premier League.
And a biggest win in the Champions League. Well done.
Thank you very much. That's nice to hear.
Those the match stats in a handsome win, and welcome along to viewers on TNT Sports 1 and 2 who join us as we reflect in this studio with Joe and Julien on an excellent win for Newcastle. It is Benfica at home next, so Jose goes to St James's Park, but after the disappointment against Barca, that's much needed.
Exactly what they needed. Again, the performance has been good all season, I feel, in a difficult period, Had the drama of Isaac, Eddie Howe, as you expect, kept his composure, kept his team going, and that was the performance that he needed, they needed, and sets up the Benfica game lovely. I think that's going to be red hot atmosphere up there.
He does do a good job, doesn't he? Because it is a cauldron, Newcastle. It's a kind of roller coaster, and he seems to maintain a real nice equilibrium amongst it all.
Yeah, he's kept a cool head. He's obviously got the success. That cup win, there's no getting away from last year.
Huge.
Is the peak, and to do that for Newcastle, I think it was 70 years since they last won a major trophy. Incredible job, but the clubs like that are always going to want more and more and more, and that's why it was so important off the back of a disappointing result against Barca. To go and win away in the Champions League is not easy. No. It's really not easy. And those stats, there's some great chances. Nick Pope had a decent game tonight, but just to have Woltemade, who I think's been credited with the goal, just to keep scoring, it doesn't matter how, right? It doesn't matter. Anthony Gordon getting involved tonight, I think it was a really good night for Newcastle. Here's the touch.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, well, it's whatever.
Intentionally or otherwise, doesn't matter.
I'd love to be a striker, man. Look at that.
Would you?
Oh,
Yeah.
I wasn't in goal out of choice. I was in goal because I couldn't do that.
In game like this, you need to prevent the opposition, especially in a small stadium like that, a team in confidence, doing well in the league, to get that confidence, start well, score early, and after that, they were a class apart.
Yeah, and all that chat about who was leaving starts and now becomes about who's now there, doesn't it? Visser to come back, Woltemade, as you say, scoring and becoming the new darling, I'm sure.
Elanga tonight.
Elanga as well, Gordon with the 2 penalties.
I love that about the transfer window. It's like it's the most important thing in the world, right? And at the time it is, and then September comes and you just get on with it. And the boys get on with it. People leave the dressing room. People ask you, what's it like when there's all this unrest? Well, you just roll in the morning. If Isaac's still there, he's still there. And if he's gone, he's gone. As a footballer, you're very, very resilient, very robust. And that's proven tonight. And like I say, Gordon, big night for him. 2 good penalties. So important. And like I say, they're the players that are there now. And Harvey Barnes, who's probably moved down the pecking order, but it'd be a great night for him to score this goal. Yeah. Just remind Eddie Howe what he's got in that full squad of his.
Yeah. Benfica next then in the Champions League at home. It's actually Forest at home on Sunday, who of course play tomorrow night in the Europa League against Midtjylland, and Brighton away after the international break. So tests for sure.
Tests. I think Eddie will. It'll be more difficult for him, like it was the year they last got in the Champions League. When it's very difficult for clubs like Newcastle. They've got all the money in the world. They can't spend it, so they go with the players they got. I think this squad is better than the last one they had in the Champions League. So there's been improvement.
More variety, more option.
More options, more variety, more power. I think having Elanga added to the squad, I think at the end of the season, I think that will be a real buy because he really impressed me for Nottingham Forest. He's direct and it gives them a lot more intensity.
Fans, as you see on the screen, pretty happy. I noticed in that run of Champions League fixtures, Jules, I'm sure you did, match day 8, not to get ahead of ourselves, in Paris. Hopefully not requiring, from a Newcastle point of view, too much there.
And remember what happened there 2 years ago, obviously, when they felt they should have had a win there, famous win. They defended really well, and there's that penalty for that dodgy handball right at the end, and then Mbappé scores this 1-1, and then that changes everything, and in the end, they don't even make it to the Europa League by finishing third. So
whacked them at home, let's remember that as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whacked your boys at home.
Yes, completely. So be interesting to see. I think by then, they won't finish top 8, but they will be in the top 24 even before the last game of the league.
Can you take us to top 8, Newcastle?
No, I don't think so. I think the qualities, there's levels.
Too many.
And that's not me putting any disrespect on their name. The levels are high. Like the top 24 is difficult. Look at it last season. At the end, I think one of the qualifiers was Man City against Real Madrid. You know, these sorts of games are happening because the level is that high. So Newcastle, as good as they are, I don't think they will finish top 8. If they do, it won't be that much of a surprise. But if you were to push me, I don't think they will. But I think they'll be in that top 24.
Be in it.
Yeah, they'll be in it. They'll be in it, and nobody would want them. I think that's the crucial thing.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't want to be having to go to St James's in January if it's play against that powerful team in that atmosphere. So they've always got that in the locker. But a good season for Newcastle will be another cup run, be playing in the Champions League after Christmas, and then, just a little bit more improvement from Eddie Howe. I think he's a brilliant manager.
You only get black and white chat on this channel, don't you, eh?
Yeah.
No splinters for you fence sitters.